I came in the morning. It was 7:45. Joanne let me in the office. As I walked in, Lieutenant Meyer says, "Go wait outside." I waited outside in the lobby from 7:45 to 11 o'clock a.m. until I was called back into the office, and by, I believe it was Luetta and Martinez, and they escorted me to the training room, and we sat down in an interview style, and they wrote me up for that write-up.
About no bullets?
About having no bullets.
Okay.
Okay. And I don't recall if that's when they told me you cannot talk to people, or they told us in a group. That as far as getting written up, that was just us three, not De La Cerda.
Okay. Did you say
You know what? Let me revise that. It had to be just me because the De La Cerda didn't come back till a week later.
Okay. All right. So did they gave you your gun back?
Mm-hmm.
Did they tell you at first you weren't going to get your gun back? Or did they just give you that and say, where the heck are your bullets, and write you up for your bullets?
I think they wrote me up and sent me home. I think, I don't remember. It was something like that. I didn't stay the whole day.
Okay. Prior to being terminated, did you have a taser that was assigned to you?
No, before, yes.
Before.
I had a taser.
Did they reissue a taser to
No.
you? Did you ask for them to reissue you a taser?
Yes.
What was their reason for not?
They didn't have a reason. They said, "You're not getting one."
Okay.
And I remember distinctly saying, "Are you serious? I'm court security. I won't have an intermediate weapon to act on, somebody in the courtroom." And they just said, "You're not going to get one."
And did you ever get one?
Yes.
Okay, but you got one with Constable Vasquez. Sorry about that.
Yes.
Did you ever get one prior to coming back to work for Constable Vasquez?
No.
Okay. And did you ask for a radio?
Yes. I was able to check one out every morning.
Before that, did you have one assigned to you that you took home?
Yes.
Did they give you any explanation as to why you weren't going to get to take one home?
No.
Prior to being terminated, if you were on court security and you needed to use the restroom, or you were on front door security and you needed to use the restroom, what was the policy? Did you have to get somebody to cover for you while you did it?
It wasn't on policy. It was instructed to me at the desk. I had to call supervisor on the radio.
Okay, now let's make sure we're talking about the proper time frame. I'm saying before you were terminated, and before the desk was in the lobby, if you were working court security and you had to go to the bathroom, how would you handle that?
We had a deputy to go and check up on the court, like every hour and a half, to see if they needed a restroom break.
Okay.
If the deputy in the courtroom had an emergency, he would wave outside the door to the front door guy, and he knew exactly what that meant, and he will call for another deputy to come.
Okay. Now, when I come to y'all's office right now, there's generally 2 deputies at the front door. Is that the norm, or just a new thing, or you have an excess of reserves?
That's an excess of reserves. It's becoming a norm. We have, our reserve piles building up, and we start them at the front door. They're usually training newer reservists at the front door, and then we'll bring them out to the field.
Now the new thing when you came back was you don't get to take a restroom break. If you have to take one, you have to call on the radio that you pick up every morning and ask for backup.
Ask for a supervisor.
Ask for a supervisor.
Right.
And so how many, did you ask for bathroom breaks?
I would generally try not to, unless I really had to. Or I'll wait till they're walking in the lobby and say, "Hey, can I get a restroom break?"